Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 hit games 2CD collection. You can find a link in the video description listing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for week 237. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. First up, RetroSwim has dug up WINGAMES /NEWWIN /BLWin350. Not entirely certain what this is going to be, but I'm guessing the BL in BLWin is probably like an acronym or something. We got BL info, BL order, file id.dis, a couple pad files, and a couple VBX files. Let's file id.dis. I have block logic version 3.5 for Windows. Okay, nothing too much going on there. What's the info say? Well, apparently made by Michael Allers? Something like that. Document contains information on the files included with BL350. For help on how to play, start it and go to the help menu. Okay, so this is not gonna actually tell us how to play. Although apparently the registration fee is $12. So let's see what we actually have here. So go into... Okay, so block logic is shareware. You're allowed to evaluate it for a period of 1 month. To continue to use beyond this period, you must register it. Please. Click less. I'm stumbling on my words today. Click yes if you agree to these terms. Okay. Does it maximize? Nope. Always got to check that when you see a maximize button, because so many games really don't. They really should have just a single border. And the guy clearly knew how to do a single border window because the startup thing had a single border on it. So anyways, how to play. Okay, a help screen will now load with a menu that includes all the game options. Click on a menu to find out what the function is. You're explaining the help system before actually bringing it up? Okay, now I see why you need to explain the help system before bringing it up. Holy jeez, what kind of help system is this? Okay, so I see what's going on. The idea is that everything has been sorted out. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to exit that. So everything's been sorted out into what can happen here. And then when you click on a particular thing, it actually tells you what it is you clicked on, a basic description of what it does, and more descriptions of what it does. And like, I mean, there's like this arrow thing that points to each of them, but it's just an icon that doesn't really do anything. This is a very weird help system. And now we've got quotes in this box instead of rule information. Okay. So, like, I mean, I clicked on rule set 5x5 board standard, and it's just saying that this starts a new game on the 5x4 board using a standard rule set. Okay, well, how do I actually play the game? Like, you have to click on... okay, there's how to play right here. I believe you've already figured this one out. No, I haven't! I just ran the program! In case you haven't, this measure you know currently looking at. Okay, I just want to know what the rules to the game are. Why is this so hard to figure out? Okay, there's a goal of the game right here. Was that in the thing here? Well, there is a goal of the game right here. Okay. Well, this is the most convoluted way to provide information to the player that I have ever seen. Why not just use the standard Windows help system? Like, everybody and their dog use the standard Windows help system. You didn't have to do this. Anyways, the goal of block logic is to flip each of the pads to match the goal pad. However, each time you click a pad, it not only flips itself, but its neighbors. Okay, so remember how like a week or two or three ago we had a game that was kind of like Lights Out but wasn't? Because it involved like stars or something and you were trying to get a particular pattern? This sounds more like it's going to be like Lights Out. So let's do new game. And we've got... okay, we've got American pennies with heads and tails going on, and our goal is to make them all heads. So I'm guessing if we click one... wait, what? Why is it changing those four? Why is it changing those three? What is going on? Okay, so it's kind of like Lights Out, except the rules are very different in terms of how things change. So the way it works is if you pick a corner, then it will flip whatever the corner is plus the outside edges of that corner. So like here would do this quadrant right here. So it's like these three along with the one you click on. If you click something along the border, then it only affects the ones directly adjacent to it. So as you can see here, it's affecting the ones that are like adjacent on that border there. Whereas if I did it up here, it's affecting that set or like that set. And then if you click the very center, it affects all the ones around it in like a plus shape. So that's kind of weird. Like, I mean, I get what they're going for, but it's this entire program radiates with convolution. Okay, let's see if I can actually win this. So the goal is to make everything heads. So I'm guessing just based on the way this is working, yeah, you kind of want to go from the outside and work your way inside. So I guess the first thing I want to try to do is, yeah, make everything work out here. Yeah, this is already proving to be a little tricky here. Okay, so I'm already running into one kind of issue here. You can see that I've got like one of these pennies is tails and the other four are heads along this side here. I can't for the life of me figure out how to get it into a state where all five are heads or tails, because whatever I seem to do, I can only get it to combinations of 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I can't get all the same. Seems very, like, it's just because of the nature of things here, because we're only flipping the states, right? Oh wait, I'm forgetting that I also have control over things that are vertical like that. Or horizontal, I should say. So if I do that and then go like that, then I've got all heads along the side. Okay. So you do have to consider all of your directions to make this work. But that does help me out a bit, because it indicates that there is some sort of predictability to what's going on here. So like right now I've got these two. If I flip this last one here, I've got these two to worry about like this. But what I can do is sort of flip them around like that, in a sense. And then so long as I move them, there we go. Okay, so I was able to get the entire outside to become just heads. So I think yeah, there we go. So that wasn't too hard, but it did take a bit to figure out the sort of logic that was going on there, because that is very weird logic. Like normally in a Lights Out type of game, it's always a plus symbol pattern. So if you like click anywhere on the board, you get a plus symbol that changes. And sometimes with a Lights Out game, you have wraparound. So for instance, if I was to click on this one right here, it would also change these three, but it would also change the other one on the other end of the board here because it's wrapping around. So yeah, it's like Lights Out, but with a lot weirder logic. I also notice here that it's got different rule sets. There's like something here called Chaos Theory, which, oh my. Chaos Theory is like, no. It's like change, each one seems to be linked to very specific ones to change. And yeah, there's no pattern to it. In fact, I wonder if it is actually random which ones change which ones. Like for instance, if I click on this corner right here, it's changing these two and this one and this one. So if I go do Chaos Theory again, yep, it's different every time. Oh boy, that would get really crazy. Although one thing I find interesting here is it actually includes a massive number of ways that these symbols could be represented. Like, look at all of these. There's a ton of them in here. Jeez, did this person just take like a whole bunch of icons from... I like how the very last one is called the kitchen sink, because literally that's what we've got here. A kitchen sink loaded with icons, probably from like a clip art package or something. Jeez, that's a ton of variations there. Okay, I'm also curious how these rules work when the board pattern is bigger, because with the 5x5 it was pretty predictable, but here, like, I mean, Okay, it's definitely working way differently. Holy jeez, it's like all... Okay, you know what this program really needs? What this program really needed was a highlight to show up so that when you hover the mouse over a particular spot on the board, it shows you exactly which ones will change in the process. If this program had that kind of feature, it would be way better to work with. But as it stands, you pretty much have to go through and like figure out what the rules are before you can even make any progress. So anyways, that was Block Logic, a $12 piece of shareware that's, you know, it's interesting, but it could definitely do with some improvements to make it even better. I guess at $12, it's an acceptable price if you really like this kind of thing, but again, there's more that could have been done to make this a better program. Next up, we have a team dig from Christian Topnik and Jacob Rudolph, DOSGAMES /adventure/GTG. For some reason, when I read this acronym, I think gotta go. I don't know why. Oh, wow. Mid files and sound files. You might have something interesting here. May not be a typical text adventure. Although, aside from those GTG and mid files, all we have is file id.diz and an executable. Type file id.diz. Get the Girl 1.0 for Windows 3.1. The ultimate adventure, the art of romance. Test your manly skills by tring. Oh boy. Oh, we know what quality we're working with here. Tring to pick the girl in this graphic arcade adventure. 2 to 6 color images, animations, real human voices. Oh boy. 13 song soundtrack, arcade action, keep it playing for hours, requires VB Run 200? Wait, is this a Windows program? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, I've got it copied over into Windows here, so let's see what we got.
Get that girl now! Today! Now!
What? What? What is happening? This almost sounds like something... I'm getting like serious Strong Bad vibes out of this, like Homestar Runner type stuff. Also that... Oh wow. That's music, I think. Okay, do I actually just click on anything? Oh, I gotta click on the go for it thing. And now the game is... Oh, there it goes. Select a fictional character. Well, I'm glad we established that. So we got Joe Schmo. Has not had a date for a quarter of a century due to a prolonged vacation in a mental institute. But he is fine now and needs your help to find a date. Oh boy. We got Mental Mikey. His eyes have gone berserk. Oh boy, the spelling mistakes continue. Due to prolonged staring at cows. Holy jeez. Thanks to his thick glasses. Mental Mikey needs you to show him the light. We got Franz the Rebel. Thinks the world is going to end at any time, therefore he is here for a good time, not a long time. Albert the Wild. According to him, he is the stud of them all. Believe it or not. Okay. Dick Buckteeth. He's searching for the right girl, has had slight problems in the past, a difficult task indeed. And the only one who looks like an actual person, which is probably, I'm going to guess this is the guy who actually made the game. Jazzy John, a poet, a rocker, a survivor, he says go for it all the time, anytime. Because yeah, these are all like caricatures, except the last one. Which means this is probably the guy we have to blame for what we're about to go through. I'll just pick Joe Schmo. Okay. I have no idea what's going on here. Okay, this is weird. If I go to the About screen... Oh, it's not doing it this time. For some reason, when I went to the About screen last time, a hourglass appeared, but I wasn't actually paused or anything. So it says, for more information on other fine products, written by Jab Software, please go right to, and yeah. So we don't have an author name yet. We might not. Or maybe credits. Okay, well we got some credits going on here. Okay, it's kind of funny how this has definitely been made up for a 640 by 480 screen, but we're on 800 by 600. The only thing that bugs me here is that we're seeing credits for these 4 people here, and yet if we return to the game, we have a picture that's not one of those 4 people. Makes me wonder if this is like from like some magazine or something. Like, not impossible. By the way, how much did they want for this program? Okay, so apparently you can register this in one of 3 ways. You can spend $16 just for basic registration, and all of these have $4 shipping on top of it, or $26 to get, quote, 4 discs loaded with girl pictures. Holy jeez. And then gold package, which is everything in the silver package, plus a CD-ROM disc loaded with games for $50. $50. Ouch. Also, I just got a taste of just how much is actually stolen here. Listen to this. Excellent. Yeah, that's from Bill and Ted. Oh boy. So, we know that these people aren't above taking clips from movies and stuff, so this probably is like a picture from like some kind of, I don't know, could come from anywhere really. Okay, so basically looking at the help here, this is basically just like a like visual novel type thing, only not very visual because we're only working with these 2 pictures here. So this is basically what the girl is saying, and this is what we are gonna say in response. So we can actually claim to be any of these people if we really wanted to. But we picked Joe the Schmo, so we'll go with that. And then how do I actually... Also, I just noticed the music finally stopped. Okay, so you click here to indicate what you're saying. So, nice name, Joe, do you drink? So, no, not at all, moderately, love drinking, drink what? Juice, coffee, and Coke, not when I am driving. We'll go moderately. What's the best line you use to pick up girls? Hey babe, you're looking good tonight. Oh my jeez. Beautiful eyes and a great figure. Do I know you from somewhere? Sorry, but you look familiar. I have a big nose and you know what that means. Oh my. Well, there's music again. What's the best line you use to pick up girls? Let's go with this one. You have beautiful eyes and a great figure. Are you a big spender? I save pennies. Yeah, I would treat you to McDonald's. Nice weather we have today. Spend so much I don't have any money. No comment. And sometimes I'm with the right company. Let's go with this last one. What's that yourself? Do you think you're so cool? Okay. Okay, now what?
Hasta la vista, baby.
What, did I lose? Okay, I'm almost positive I've heard this music in Homestar Runner stuff before. But anyways, apparently I answered 6 questions correctly. A few more times and you'll get there. Last comment, you're a nerd or stupid. Okay, so that was Get the Girl. I'm guessing that if you make it to the end, it might become like softcore or something. So I'm not gonna try to get there. But yeah, this is an experience, and questionable. I think I need a shower. And our last game for today from Christopher Groff is DOSGAMES /cards /IDITDELT. Well, at least it'll be ending on some normalcy today, I hope. Not just like strip poker or something. Although that's a little too small of an executable to be strip poker. At least graphically. We do have an doc file though, so edit IDITDELT.doc. So, Okay. Apparently this game is called IDITDELT. Oh boy. This is another in the long line of versions of Solitaire. This may not be the true name of this version, but it's what I've always called it. Tableau. Using one deck of cards, the first 4 are dealt side by side as shown face up. The play. Card may be removed only if a card of the same suit and greater value, ace high, is in play. Only the 4 cards at the top of each pile are in play. If a space is open, the top card of one or the other piles may be moved into that space. Huh. And apparently instead of shareware or freeware, we have actual public domain for once. Although the person did include a mailing address for any constructive criticism. Although he admits that he might not be at the address much longer. And apparently this is made by Ray Wojtek, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Because yeah, we see a lot of ancient addresses from people trying to sell this stuff. Like, I seriously doubt any of them are valid anymore. So, anyways, IDITDELT. So, IDITDELT. Play against me. Sure. So, okay. So I can either move a card or remove a card. We've got, I think it was something like I had to move it to like a higher thing or something like that. Okay, so far I've managed to like remove a card, but it just beeps at me if I try to do something that I'm not allowed to do. So I guess next turn? Okay, so put 4 more cards out there. Can I move anything now? Okay, apparently I can move the 1. So can I put that on the 3? 2, the 4? No, it won't let me move it anywhere. Can I remove anything? I can move the 10s there. Huh. I'm not quite sure I get what's going on here. Okay, so I'm watching the computer play a game, and it's still not making a lot of sense to me as to what's going on. Although apparently, computer cleared the board. I think I'm gonna have to read the rules again. Okay, I think I've taken another look at the rules. I think I get it now. So let's go back in. Wait for a play against me, sure. Okay, so the way this is that those 4 cards at the very top are considered the cards that are in play. And the idea is that in order to remove a card from the board, because the goal is to basically remove all the cards, to remove a card from the board, there has to be another card on the board of the same suit that's a higher number, or a higher value. So looking at the board right now, I could actually remove the 2 of hearts if I wanted to. Okay. So that worked. So I think I've got this now. And then I could actually also remove the... Yeah. So that's something that wasn't made clear, because you heard it beep, right? If you click to remove or move, and then you click on a number, it cancels out that you're still removing or moving. So even though you see that arrow on the remove right now, it doesn't technically work because I already removed a card. You have to click the remove again and then click another number. So there's some weird quirks going on like that. So in this case here, I could actually remove the... oh no, why can't I remove that? 9 is less than 10. Why can't I remove the... What? Like, I could remove that 5 of clubs, because the 8 of clubs is there, but why couldn't I remove the... Unless it's only counting, like, whatever's at the top of the pile? And if I remove... Can I remove it now? Okay, so it's whatever's at the top of the pile. Okay. So at the moment I can't remove anything because they're all different suits. So next turn... And they're actually still all different suits, so again, I can't remove anything. Okay, now there's some variation here. So I can remove the 6 of diamonds. And that opens up a 7 of clubs, but now they're all different suits, so again, I can't do anything. Okay, so in this case, what I can actually do is I can remove the 6 of hearts, and then remove the 4 of hearts, and then remove the 7 of hearts, And then I can actually remove both of those spades over there, and that gives me some space to add to move a card from one of these stacks. So the only move I can make, there's actually a couple moves I could make. Actually, yeah, so what I can do now is move the 7 of clubs over to that free spot, which allows me to remove the 5 of hearts, and that gives me another opportunity to move something. So in this case, I would want it to be the Jack of Spades, because then I can remove the 6 of Spades. And then everything's the same suit. So that's basically what it comes down to, is that so long as not every card is the same, is a different suit. So long as you've got at least 2 cards that have a matching suit, you should be able to make a move. So if we hit next turn here, okay, so the 7 and the 8. So that means we can remove the 7 of Spades, and now we can remove the 9 of Hearts, and now they're all different. What I can do here is move that king over there, and then that allows me to remove the queen, which now allows me to remove that 8 of Spades, and then there's that ace of diamonds. Let's just test this. No, ace is considered the top. So that means I can remove the king and then move the ace. Okay, so ace is a top tier card. And I can remove that 10. That opens up a space for me to move the 9 to, and now everything's different. So yeah, I'm figuring this out. It's a little different, but nothing too convoluted. I think before I remove that 8, I actually want to move the 10 here, and then remove the 8, remove the 10, then move that ace, and they're all different now. Yeah, I got a funny feeling that things are going to get a little tricky here because of the ace of hearts being buried. Oh, the next turn button actually doesn't work anymore, so I guess we're at the end of the deck. So yeah, that's it for me. Unless I have to... Oh. What did I just do? What did I just do? Guys, there's another, I think I broke it. Because there's another 3 of hearts showing up in a club that doesn't have a letter associated with it. Can I end? Hand isn't empty? I guess not. Oh boy, I think I broke it. I legit think I broke this. I don't know how, but that's like one of my talents, is breaking software. Yeah, I definitely broke it. So that was Idiot's Delight. Definitely an interesting take on a solitaire game, but ultimately very basic and not very flexible in what you can do, because basically just playing through it and doing specific motions. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of strategy to this, really, not as far as I can tell, unless there's more you can do with the moves than I was led to believe. But you know, as it stands, it's very basic, so as a game released in the public domain that's clearly needed some more bug fixes, well, it works.